Hello, welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. My name is April. Today I am going to be doing a flip through of the Hemlock and Oak 2025 weekly planner. This is for the year 2025. I do want to start by saying that this is not a flip through channel. At the moment, this channel is really focused on tarot, everything tarot, but more specifically tarot readings and tarot learning topics. Okay, so I have decided to go ahead and do a couple planner videos. I did just recently do the Magic of I for 2025. There is a video in my playlist if you'd like to find that. I did ask the community and others were interested in seeing it. So this planner, the Hemlock and Oak, is another one that I receive each year. My husband gets the Magic of I, so I had it to share. And I treat myself to this planner, the Hemlock and Oak, every year for my birthday, which is on the 27th of November this month. So I always buy my planner for the next year on my birthday. And that way I have a couple months to set forward the next year. So I did want to go ahead and share this with you since there is some interest for the planners, though it is not something I do regularly on this channel. Also, a lot of people use their yearly planners to study tarot, to put their year ahead spread in there, which I'll probably be doing with mine this year. And sometimes they will use it as their study journal to have space for that. And Freya wants to say hi with her little white socks. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and dive into the planner. It is a gorgeous planner. It's kind of a canvasy cover. It's got a nice binding to it. It says 2025 on the side. This is my third year getting this planner, and I am using it as an alternative to the Hobonichi Techo Weekly, I think is the one that I used to get, which just had way too many pages in the back. This particular planner is gorgeous. Usually they switch things up just a little bit each year, so it's kind of nice to see you know, what's inside. I did loosely flip through, saw one new feature in here, but I didn't really take a very close look, so I'm kind of on this journey with you all here to look at it today. So let's go ahead. The corners are sharp, but it's a really nice cover. I haven't had any issues with that. There is space to protect the pages, and there are bookmarks in there. As we open it up, it has this nice kind of speckled paper for the cover. And the paper is white. So let's see, I have a flashcard here. Okay, so you can see it's white. Very nice. I don't personally care one way or the other, but I know that a lot of people do. This is the publisher information. So we have a nice section in front here for this planner belongs to, and if found, please contact. I don't usually use that, but that is available in the front. They have some phrase here. The mighty oak was once an acorn that stood its ground. And we have some, looks like some contents, so you can easily flip through to the page numbers. It must have page numbers. Yes, it does. So we have journaling, we have yearly planning, we have the 2025 here, and we also have review and notes. I'm curious to see how many pages they have in the back this year. I would prefer to have like 24 pages in the back, but they usually don't have that many. I think it varies by a few pages each year, so I'm curious to see how many. The more the better, in my opinion, because I like to use it for, it's usually like a grid or a dot grid in the back. Let's just take a peek. It's a grid this year, so you know, you can use those for bullet journal type pages in the back. Has a phrase here, a note before you begin. It looks like it just kind of runs through the structure of the planner. So these little heart icons that are throughout represent daily self-care. The little grid States that this planner uses a light graph, which I like the graph paper, and the layout is clean and minimal. So it kind of just goes through the planner. I love that it has an emphasis on goal setting and planning. So it gives you a little bit of space for journaling, but it also is very much a simple planner. So it starts right off with self-reflection. What moments in your life have been the most meaningful and fulfilling to you? What are you most proud of? What memories give you energy, and what memories drain your energy? Section. And then we come into an area of self-reflection. Identify 4 people that you respect and or admire. What qualities do they have that you appreciate? I love that. I don't know that they had this in last year's, but I don't know if you can see, it's a really light grid, but there are 4 boxes with a blank space at the top and then a grid. Imagine listening to a positive conversation about yourself in the future. What do you want to hear? You wake up to the best day ever tomorrow. What does it look like? Use your sense, smell, sound, taste, sight. Very thoughtful journaling prompts here. Identify 5 negative thoughts or beliefs that you hold about yourself and reframe them into neutral or positive statements. That is gorgeous. And create 5 statements about yourself that are positive and uplifting. Don't hold back. This is your space to honor and acknowledge the beautiful things about you. Very self-empowering. They included this last year as well, and I absolutely loved using it, and I actually journaled quite a bit myself about it and found I mid-year added to it, and towards the end of the year I am now seeing how it played out in my year. So this is fantastic, and I love that they give a full list of values, things that you can identify as a personal value, because everyone values different things. One person may value silence and another person may not value silence. It just really depends. So getting to know yourself better through your values and being able to list them out. And they have the goal setting. How many did they give us this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 goals. And we have a section at the top that what is your goal? Why is it important to you and your values? What habits will you need for this journey? And identify 3 steps that will kickstart your journey. Brainstorm some markers that will help you measure and or identify your progress. And identify meaningful milestones that will help you celebrate the journey. When will you review your journey and how often? So I love the structure of this, that it is very minimalistic, because if, say, you love setting goals, but for some reason you only find use in the top 3, I really used the top 3 last year, which is why I'm saying that. But you could repurpose the bottom if you need to, because you could use just a really pretty washi tape over any questions or anything that you may not want to use, or if you want to switch it up to something different, and then you can still use this space. So I really love the minimalist approach to this, because you can really make it your own. You can really dive into 100% of the tools that they've given you in here, or you can modify it. And then we have the habit cultivation, another section I love. We have a whole page for each habit, and let's see how many we have here. 1, 2, 3, 3 habits. Honestly, I could use a little bit more, another page or 2 of goal setting, and I could use some more of the habits. The habits I would use a lot as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at what is included on a habit page. So what habit do you want to cultivate? What steps will cue the habit? Track your journey for 1 month and make observations. What barriers are you facing that make this difficult? What adjustments can you make so your journey is easier? And celebrate 3 positive aspects of your journey. What habit do you want to cultivate? Oh, these are more. There's 2. Okay. So there is actually 6. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's nice. Okay, so I thought they only gave us 3, and I was like, wait a second, I want more than that. They did. They gave us 6, so half a page per habit, which is plenty. We're talking about a habit, not a goal, so very nice. I definitely used that last year. Now this, it looks like they made some modification to this. I used this planner. I love the layout and the use of it. But this looks a little bit different here. We have create your ideal schedule below, and they've just given you 1 strip. And then they've used the whole right side of the page to write down anything important you might need to reference throughout the year. Okay, so I think last year, this framework was kind of, if I remember correctly, spread across 2 pages. I really like this. Short, simple, 1 little section of calendar for an ideal schedule, which actually looks like it's probably about the same width as a day in the weekly section of the calendar. So I like that. It says here, how do you want to start each day? What hours do you have the most energy? Plot a graph of what you think your energy levels look like on a typical day. That's nice to have. And what barriers do you typically encounter throughout the day? And how do you want to end each day? I love this. And self-care activities. This is gorgeous. I love that change. Definitely is something that a lot of people are focusing on. I've been focusing on it a lot lately. How do you spend your time? What are you doing? Where are you wasting time? Where can you be more productive? And where could you have valuable, true rest? Sitting, lounging around watching TV is not always actually restful, depending on what you're watching. So it's really good to ask these questions. Okay, then we have the 2025 calendar. We have the 2026 calendar. I love the very minimalistic approach. I will often use these as a tracker. So what you can do is you can use a highlighter and you can set an intention at the top or a couple of intentions. Another option is you can draw squares or triangles around each date. So you could set 2 goals or a circle, and you can basically square, triangle, and draw a circle if you need to around individual dates if you say did that thing. So I like having the year in advance, but I like to also use it to track things so that it's functional. Okay, I love this layout. They had this last year. I like using it for 1 of 2 things, and it depends on how many pages they have in the back because, I have certain things that I like to include in my planner each year that I pre-set up. So depending on how much space is in the back, I will use this either for content planning for each month, like what I want to do on my YouTube channel versus my Etsy or Instagram, X, Facebook, anything like that. Any kind of planning, just loose planning, right? Not detailed, but like I might like to do X, Y, and Z, so forth. Or if not, then I like to use it for birthdays, dates, anniversaries, death days, anything special or important to me that I want to keep the track of the dates. These are all things that I always keep in my planner, just depending on what space I have is, what areas of the planner I use to document it. This is the new thing this year. I am so excited that they include this. So excited. So in the past, what I have done is used the top little square, like, because this is very, Hobonichi has this type of a layout as well, and I love it. So a couple things. You can use it to record anything. You could use it for video planning or study notes or anything like that. You can use it to every day write one sentence or things that you're grateful for. In the past, I have used this type of layout to put my card of the month for the year in the top section. And then I would put all the important dates, like the holidays, wheel of the year, depending on what you're into. Everyone's different, but basically holidays and special days I would list out. I would also like go down the column and add the moon phases and what sign, using symbols for what sign the moon's in. And down in the bottom for each section, I would put birthdays, anniversaries, death days, things like that. But this year, I'm really trying a lot of different things within my tarot study and journaling. Something that I would like to do is actually something I saw on another channel. If I can find the channel, I will put it in the notes, and I do apologize. I like to give credits to channels where I see things that inspire me. But someone used an actual Hobonichi calendar and used these sections here. They might have actually done it on their weeklies, but I want to do it on the monthlies. Take a picture of the card and put it at the top, and use the bottom section for either note-taking or studying the card or journaling on my experience with the card that month or something like that. That is probably how I'm going to use this section this year. Absolutely love it. Okay. We then have the holiday calendar for Canada and the United States. That's nice. And a blank page, which you could use for anything. Okay, now we're getting into the months. So they will be the same for each month. We'll go ahead and take a look at January. So in the beginning here, we have what boundaries will you set for yourself this month? Love that. List 3 ways that you can carve out time for self-care. What intentions do you have this month? What milestones are you focusing on? What habits do you want to cultivate this month? Are there any barriers? You have a habit tracker and the frequency, how many times a week you want to do it, and what your reward will be. Now, I love that they include this monthly, because in addition to the 6 sections that they have in the front for setting habits, you can either take those 6 and each month focus on one specifically, or because the ones in the front actually have quite a bit more section, kind of a different layout. That's the goal setting. We want the habit. Here we go. It has a habit tracker here as well. It's got plenty of space. So ideally you could say set 6 huge habits that you want to focus on throughout the year. And you can either then also track them here, or you can set smaller habits. Little things, like I want to go to bed at this time, right? Or I want to wake up at 6:30 every morning, whatever time it is. Or I want to step outside when the sun is rising and stand and look at the beautiful sky for 15 minutes every morning, which is actually very excellent for your health, by the way, to get that morning light in your eyes. Little habits you can set for each month as they come up. We have another blank page. I love that she puts quotes here. Self-care is how you take your power back, by Lala Delia. Okay, and then we have the monthlies. Okay, so I love the way that she's got this down the side, little boxes. You can either, you can use that any way you like, but I like that there's like a space for a check mark. You can make an actual list, or you can use it any other way. We have the holidays listed very lightly. We have the 4 main moon phases listed as well. And the days outside of the month, for the month before and month after, are in a lighter gray than the darker gray box for the current month. And again, with the quotes, love it. And they are, so you can see down here in the corner, she says month 1. The pages are numbered. And then to the right, it says January 2025. It's a very nice, a very simple layout. I love it. And the weeklies. One of the main reasons that I personally get this planner is I have found it very valuable and functional and efficient to have a planner where the weeklies are really in this vertical layout. I love it. It's personal preference. So I'm very grateful that this planner has it set up that way because it is a gorgeous planner. Sometimes I will change the focus or the intention to maybe list my card of the month or you know, any other thing I kind of leave those open and I switch things up from week to week depending on what my focus is. You can use the calendar up here as a habit tracker if you want to. The to-do list section is, again, it's got these nice little boxes. You can, list out things to tick mark that you have completed them, or you can also, in the past, I've turned this into a habit tracker as well, listing something and then, drawing out the boxes beneath it for the week. I love at the bottom here, they have the little heart for the self-care item for the day. They have a really nice date or time range from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And they do have the holidays and the moons on the top as well. Very nice. So that goes through for each day, and we're going to take a look. So at the end of the month, it does go into, this is very typical for calendars, it goes into the 1st and the 2nd of February. And then when you go into, we'll get those January pages real quick in just a minute. When you go into February, it then starts on the 3rd in the first week. So I don't have any issues with that. It saves a lot of space in the planner setup. It's very clean. And then we have the January review. So we write down 3 memorable moments this month, what gave you energy this month and what drained you. So important. And a lesson, thought, or growth moment from this month. And then again, a blank page. So I love the review with a blank page at the end, and then in the beginning, the overview and a blank page. So you can very easily use these blank pages for a lot of different things, whether you like bullet style journaling. So I like bullet journaling and pages and stuff, but it takes too much time to do it 100% to draw out everything. So I love this minimalistic layout with the space that I can insert things like a bullet journal section or page, theme, or something to track or monitor or have the information handy. And there are spaces throughout to do that. Or you can even use it for journaling pages. You could use, like say, one in the front for journaling at the new moon and the one in the back for the full moon of the month. Or there's just so many different things you can do with it. Okay, so let's take a look at the bookmarks. We have 2 of them, which I love. They are very nice, silky, nice cut angled at the bottom. They are long enough, I don't know if you can see this, that if you close it, If you lift it to the end, you can still grab it and lift it without tearing the pages. They do, I think, also have options to add like little emblems and stuff at the bottom if you want that. And let's go all the way back now to the back of the planner. So it goes through December, so January through December. And then we have this nice year-end review. Did I see another? No. So they have another little focus here, little tidbit about year-end. And then for your year-end review, 5 memories from the last year that you want to cherish. Who or what are you grateful for in the last year and why? And how have your values changed in the last year? Has their importance shifted? And again, love the layout because you can very easily, I actually relate to all the questions and the layout they use in here, but you could very easily, if you wanted to, again, put some really pretty washi tape or something over the questions and use the space differently if you desired. We then have a whole year-end review. What are you proud of in the last year? Identify 3 challenges that you faced in the last year. How did you grow from them and what did you learn? And write down 3 positive things about yourself from the last year. And then we have looking ahead. What visions do you see for yourself in the future? What do you want to change? And what are 3 steps that can get you closer to that vision? Use the space below to create a bucket list of things that you want to do, places you want to see, and the people you want to spend time with in the future. Beautiful. And then we have the blank pages. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. I think last year they only had 10. I would love to see, 12 to 24 pages in the back personally, while keeping the, the blank pages throughout the same structure. But I will say, I think that the pages got a little bit smaller because they added this in this year, which I love this. I want this. I would definitely lose a few pages in the back to have this. Yeah, the whole thing, absolutely love this planner. It is gorgeous. It is very functional. You can very easily turn this into a tarot study planner because of the minimalistic layout. You can organize it, you can decorate it, design it the way you want to. Let's see. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Beautiful. All right, let me know what you think. Do you love this planner? Have you used it before? Are you thinking about getting it? I absolutely love it. It is very practical, very useful, lots of space and ways that you can make it your own without having to, draw things out. It's got the structure for you to then create your own planner as you need. All right, thank you for watching. I will see you all next time.